Well, hello. It's morning here for me, and I'm recording this video early again today. The title of which, and this is for the 18th, by the way, of September, the title is Jews Did Not Exist Until the Khazars. Really? I have listened to Jordan Maxwell for years. Yesterday, I listened to his interview on Bruce Montalvo TV, or on the Bruce Montalvo show, I guess it is, when he said Jews did not exist until late in the first millennia AD. I stopped listening about 40 minutes into the video. How I interpreted that was that he was saying the Khazars are the first Jews. This is total bullshit. He was debunking the Bible, saying it contained no real history. Apparently, his heart attack and near death made him nuts. Sorry, Jordan. I won't waste my time listening to you anymore after that insane proclamation. At least you exposed Bruce Montalvo. While I would agree that the Bible has been tampered with for a long time, it is ludicrous to say there was no Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, or Jesus. We don't need people to rewrite history, even though much of that has been tampered over or twisted over time. And that's the blurb, but I've also added, and you'll see it in the blurb in brackets, the link to that video. Now, I put down note. When I tried to open this on my recording computer, it comes up with this video is unavailable. Sorry about that, end quote. It's still open on the older computer. I went back and looked, and that's the computer where I have my timer going. I have computers right next to each other. But I have a timer going right now on the one computer, and I'm recording on the other computer, the newer of the two laptops. So I don't have any clue why I can't open that video on my newer computer. As I said, it says it's unavailable. The whole thing of that video is insane. I mean, I listened to the interview going, and I read some of the comments on the video, and some people were complaining about the host, which is, what's his name? I gotta look it up again, because I don't know that one. I know, Bruce Montalvo. Several people were complaining that he needed to shut up and let Jordan talk. I did notice that. So, I mean, this exists, and yet I can't get it on. Hopefully you can get it on your computer when you put that link in. But I mean, it broke my heart because I have considered Jordan Maxwell one of the good researchers, and I have listened to a multitude of his videos and presentations, some audio, some video. And I've always had respect for him. I mean, I until this particular time, I never heard him say something that seemed so preposterous to me. It's almost like he's being put up by the Khazars, which are fake Jews that Jesus warned us about in the Bible. Those who say they are Jews but are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. And the Khazars, the people that we mostly identify as Jews in our modern world, have no lineage to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No wonder they would want to say that the Bible is fake, that none of that is real. It's all made up. The Khazars are the only people on the planet that would want to put that kind of information out, which is why I question Jordan Maxwell. Again, I'll repeat what I've said in other videos and earlier in this video even, that yes, the Bible has been tampered with. There are things in the Bible that don't resonate as something God would be saying. Only the false God, the Khazarian God, which is a God of war, not a God of peace, It's everything by the Khazars is twisted, and it's the Khazars that are behind the scenes in the modern day Israel. It's the Khazars that are behind the scene in the modern day United States. It's the Khazars that are behind the scenes in almost everything that goes on in so-called Western politics. And of course, they've infiltrated Eastern politics to the best of their ability as well. But these are, again, a warlike people that were at the throats of everybody in the place where they first lived. But then when they became Jews, they scattered. And the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and all of these are Khazarian Jews. And they're putting forth an agenda that is demonic, it's evil, it's filled with lies from the top to the bottom, and they try to infiltrate every good organization, everybody that tries to tell the truth. They create any kind of a hearing. They try to infiltrate that and twist it and turn it around so that it's again mixed with lies and untruths. And apparently they've gotten a hold of Jordan and this Bruce guy. And I don't know, folks, what's it going to take for the truth to set us free? When we can't even determine what is the truth. I mean, there is so much conflicting information. There is so much disinformation. There is so many things that are put in place to detract us physically, mentally, spiritually. We are being attacked as humans at every level so that we can never become, the intent is so that we can never become fully realized beings as we were created to be in the beginning. And, you know, if that's the reality, why doesn't God intervene? That's the question that plagues my mind. It plagues me. Why does God allow the lie to be dominant for century after century, going into multiple millennia? It doesn't register with my heart. It isn't even my mind. It's my heart that God would allow such injustice, such profanity, and it is profane to think that the people who have had their conscience seared or have no conscience at all are allowed to run a planet and are allowed to infiltrate every level of society on Earth. What is wrong with that picture? It doesn't register in my heart. It doesn't make sense in my mind. And I'm not one of these new age people that says you can't pay attention to the mind lies, and you can only pay attention to the heart. No, the heart and the mind have to be balanced with each other. They have to work in union. If you divorce the mind from the concept, you're going to be led all sorts of astray. And if you only pay attention to the mind, you're going to be led astray. It's about balance. It's about equilibrium. It's about coming to a place where evil is allowed, but it's not allowed. There's limitations on it. It's not an unlimited allowance. It's an allowance with limitations. Your free will ends where mine begins. You don't have the right. Nobody has the right. Not a devil, not a Satan, not a Lucifer, or whatever name you want to put on it. And certainly no political person has the right to take my rights away from me. They're mine. They're unalienable. They're given to me by God. And anyway, I see my time is running out, but this video that I watched or listened to with Jordan Maxwell really raised my ire, and that's why I made this video, and thank you for listening. Namaste.